कुमारस्वामी शिक्षण प्रसारक मंडल, Shri Kumarswami College, Ausa. I heartily welcome all the honorable dignitaries and participants here on the virtual platform for the national webinar. The topic of today's national webinar is the roots of effective teaching. As you know very well, the college has been conducting a mega series of national and international webinars. Till today, hundreds of webinars have been conducted on different topics related with variety of fields. The theme of this webinar series is Women Empowerment, Women Dignity and Environmental Conservation. The objectives of webinar series are to give and take knowledge, to enrich knowledge, and to have questions through which we can try to find out solutions to problems and answers to questions. The webinar series is benefiting students, researchers, teachers, knowledge seekers, and people from all walks of life. The webinar series is becoming successful due to the pivotal personality, chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, Dr. B.A.Karnataka sir, principal. In the beginning of this webinar, I welcome him as the chairperson. Today, I am very pleased to inform all the audience that today we have the dignitary, honorable keynote speaker, Gayathri Prakash ma'am from Gurukul International School, Elehanka, Bengaluru, Karnataka, India. She is going to enlighten us on the topic, as I stated before, the roots of effective teaching. On behalf of the organizing committee of webinar series, I heartily welcome you, ma'am, as the keynote speaker. I also welcome all honorable organizing committee members, including Vice Principal, Dr. S.D. Misal sir, Junior College Supervisor Ravindra Karanje sir, MCVC Coordinator Praveen Udge sir, IQAC Coordinator Dr. Sanjay Kale sir, Dr. Anita Dole ma'am, Dr. Sudhir Garad sir, Ambadas Khillare sir, Dr. Patwari sir, and Dr. Wadkar sir. Before the commencement of the keynote speech, it would be pertinent to have the introduction of today's chief guest. So I request Dr. Anita Dole ma'am for the introduction of today's keynote speaker. Please ma'am, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. You are welcome to this grand national and international webinar series. On occasion of Golden Jubilee year of the college, Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa has organized a wonderful grand knowledge sharing webinar series with the aim of women empowerment and women dignity. So from pandemic days, the series is going on continuously without any disturbance because of the hard efforts of the respected principal, Dr. B.A.Karnataka, all the resource persons and the punctual participants. I am very thankful to respected principal for giving me this opportunity to introduce a resource person on this virtual platform. Many special thanks goes to all the respected organizing committee members and big thanks to all the respected participants. Those are joining daily from all over India and abroad also, and they are making this series a very successful series. So it's my pleasure I am here to introduce today's keynote speaker, Honorable Gayathri Prakash ma'am from Gurukul International School, Elehanka, Bengaluru from Karnataka. Title of speech is The Roots of Effective Teaching. Her qualification is BA, B.Ed in Social Science, MA in English. She has 18 years of teaching experience in India, Daman University and UK. She has experience of academic principal for 8 years at Bengaluru. She is a special educator, teacher, trainer on various topics, subject matter, expert for more than 2 decades in mentoring. She conducted Teach Right program on the power of parenting and the roots of effective teaching. She recognized as Best Spelling Diagnoser, Best Recognition on Science Galleria, Ignited. She is an academic activity advisor also. So with this brief introduction, I would like to request today's keynote speaker, Honorable Gayathri ma'am. Please start your speech. Thank you. Welcome ma'am.
Namaste, Anita Dhole ma'am. That's really an awesome introduction. Every time you make people mesmerizing by the introduction, the pattern you do that, really appreciate for that, the way how you are introducing. And good evening for one and all here, and the entire organizing committee, especially our chairman sir, the principal, Dr. Ambedkar sir, for giving this platform for very eminent and talented resource person of various fields, and this is really giving an awesome and mind-blowing programs people are doing it, and the entire governing body and the committees behind that on this Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa is doing a wonderful job. I think you people are going to the heights and golden jubilee year, and I'm marking for the women empowerment, and 1,000 seminars really is not that easy, and you are making it really awesome. So I congratulate from the bottom of my heart to go ahead and do an awesome job from this. Really, I'm very happy and thankful to Ambedkar sir, and greetings from my side and from all the resource persons and active participants, those who are tirelessly attending these kind of webinars. I'm really welcoming everyone and thankful to be a part of this. So before going to any slides, just I wanted to talk about the topic roots of effective teaching. Here I'm not going to train or teach anything to anyone, but of course yes, we are, I plan to sit here just to go on the reflection of our past education systems and how it is being connected today. So in the past system, what we were doing, we had the same pattern of teaching. There was no any changes. Still we have certain patterns which we have not changed. So I'm going to talk about the triangle side of that. In the place of teacher, in the place of a parent, in the place of a child. So in these three triangle corner, I would like to connect the problems where we are facing. So the most common problems what we are here experiencing, including parents and teachers, our children are, in spite they are going to the English medium schools, still they are unable to communicate in English. One. The problem number two, even they passed 10th grade examination, or they have passed their pre-degree examination or to the higher level, still they are unable to construct a sentence of English properly. That's the second problem. The third one, they are not able to read. So who are expecting the reading here? Whenever a teacher is expecting the child to read, taking a book or notebook, read, rarely we ask them to read, they are not able to read. But of course, yes, parents expect their children to write beautiful handwriting. The parents are expecting their children to communicate English. The parents are expecting, they are seeing the answer script papers. But all these, they are seeing only the failure. Their child is not reading, their child is not responding, their child is not communicating. So where is the problem? The problem is in the grassroots, what I feel. So we need to fix it. It's not that we are going to discuss about lesson plans and activities or more of, strategies we create and do that. We are thinking about the the classroom to onwards, but I feel I wanted to bring it down to the bottom level. So where's the bottom level? We do call it as child's development programs. It is very much important to know about the parents' role also. Many parents are thinking it's the school's job. It's not our job. They're not thinking in that way actually. Reading, learning comes, knowledge comes only from the school. No. The skills, the child's skills will be, notice when the child's development stages, milestones, we do call it as milestones. Every 3 months, from the infantile stages to the highest level stages till 1 year, the child and posing more of activities, beautiful activities. Every 3 months, the child is showing each kind of developments, body, physical development, cognitive development, social emotional development. There are so many kind of developments. These developments are the indicators for us to identify where my child stands, what the child is understanding. What parents are doing, what we do. Parents, when they see the baby, they keep on communicating. But instead of they communicate, they do make sounds with the child. They do make sounds, too many sounds with the child. The more of language is very less and only the sound is more. The child registers, the child copies everything what the parents, relatives, grandpa, grandma, or whoever it may be. The child grasps everything. That is the first stage of learning. I'm talking about the roots here, grassroots level, where the child is taking all the knowledge, adopting from the family first. Education starts from there. From there, actually, yes, the child understands social and the family oriented. The child can bifurcate the society, the people from strangers and the family members easily. They'll identify. They even make the expressions. So this is called social emotional skills the child is showing here. But parents they know everything what the child is doing, but they don't know this kind of doctor kind language or educationist language. I'm talking about this, the sign word called as scientific word called as skills, developments, milestones. They don't know this. So this we know, parents doesn't know. So it is very much important to be very clear with the parents to make them understand that the communication is not only we recognize it as certain pointers or progression of the child to observe and absorb and identify, remember, gist out and keep that updates every 3 month stages. The moment when they see a pediatrician or the doctor or they go to the child center or the play school or the teacher or anywhere they are going, any schools they are going, the certain people ask about the progression of the child, what the child is good at, what makes the child happy. So this is the grassroots where the child, we can say that the child is afraid of darkness. The child smiles at this kind of things. The child claps when he listens to the music. These are the key beautiful observation. The child, if you are smiling, the child smiles. But remember, most of us are really befooling ourselves, thinking the child cannot understand whatever we say. So we make only the sounds and all. But no, child is registering the language, child is copying the language. It will definitely, the moment when the stage the child comes to speak, after 11 months or 12 months or 1.5 years, the child starts speaking to us. 111, Italy language, the child starts speaking. But we think that the child cannot understand. So what is very much important? So mothers, every young mother, very much excited to make their child to train with all the rhyming word, all rhymes, music, dance, rhymes, Baba Black Sheep or whatever, Twinkle Stars, whatever it may be. They love to make the child to dance and train A to Z letters, alphabets A to Z. We train the child. We train the child in that stage itself, like learning all the numbers, and we train the child to mixing all, and we do use the keyword a nickname to the child. I feel a family nickname is really important, but one nickname is important. This is I'm talking for the parents side. So when the parents are having just one nickname, we should not call the child by multiple nicknames. So child is confused with what is my name. We never address the child calling by one name. Suppose Sanjay Kumar, the child's name is Sanjay Kumar. We won't call the child Pappu or some other name, Pinky, like that we do call. So when we take the child to a Montessori class or a play school, the play school, definitely the teacher, that she may, when interventing with the child, she'll ask the question, "But what's your name?" The child looks at the parents. Don't you think there is something problem is there? Because child is getting confused because each and every family members addressing the child only by the nickname. Grandpa calls in a different name, grandma calls in a different name, and mother calls in a different name, father calls the child in a different name. Child gets confused. Then the teacher assumes that child doesn't know the language. So this is what I feel that this is very much needed to fix the problem. We should not call any baby or any newborn or till 1 year, 1.5 years, or maybe 2 years also. Just have an indicator, one single name and one beautiful name. Call the child with full name. Let the child know my name is this. So that is easy. Why we are training the child to the LKG level? What is your name? My name is Sanjay Kumar. No need. Let the child learn it from the family. Easy. The second thing, what we can do, we can create the interest in the child for reading. Of course, I prefer mother tongue is very much important for all the babies or the children. Definitely yes, mother tongue is very much important. We cannot mix both the languages. Both the languages means what? Like, my child, you wanted the child because India is a quite complicated, learning system there. Mother native language is very much important. Like making native language, if it's Marathi or Hindi or Kannada, whatever it may be, the baby have to learn the mother tongue, and when he goes to the exposed to the society, that particular state language he had to learn. He had to learn Hindi, he had to learn English, and what all he had to learn. That is the challenge for a child. We should not think about ourselves. I think we need to think about child place, understand that way the child is maybe facing the problem. Let's give the clarity. Let's not mix ghee and oil. Oil, let it be oil. Ghee, let it be ghee only. If you are mixing both, mixing Kannada, mixing English and native language, the child will get confused. So we need to fix this problem at the grassroots level itself. So communication naturally becomes very easy. And one more thing, when we are with parents or teachers, we should never even discuss in front of the child during their growth stage. That is milestones or the developmental stages. That I don't know English, it's very tough for me. आपका इंग्लिश तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आता. No, इंग्लिश तो बहुत टफ है. मैथमेटिक्स वो बहुत टफ है. I was very poor, I was very weak, I was very slow in mathematics. I don't know English. When we speak certain what you call indicators, these are the indicators that will go and remain in the brain of the child during the growing stages. So why I'm saying this? Every child's brain is blank white sheet paper. It is there in our hand to fill it with beautiful things, beautiful words, beautiful ideologies. So let us help every child. I really feel that we have to think proud Indian to first, and then make that if the child is not our property. Once he is born, he is a society, he is a property of society. We are giving the beautiful one complete human being with complete knowledge to the society. So the child is not our product, the child is for the society, and we are helping the child to nurture in every single level. When we talk over the phone, we need to be very careful when we are discussing with a child, child is there, we need to discuss and have a beautiful, neat language when we are talking to the child. And no matter in the school also, we have to change our tone. Let me come to the teachers' part now. Teachers, I do say the teachers use the word out of 100%. Teachers use their words 5%, and they express the explanation or the tone, especially tone, that is 35%. Their body language 60%. So 5% for their word, their tone 35%, and 60% is their body language. We need to cut down, change the attributes, change the pattern of teaching. We have been like this. You know why? Because we are following our ancestor teachers, not family. I'm talking about the teachers and their teachers, what we have learned all these years. We have always follow our teachers in the past. Our teachers used to teach us with a gruff tone and very strict they are, and they have the lakdi, or what you call the stick, in their hand, and that is the picture of a teacher. That is there in our mind. Whatever they teach us, we used to say yes sir. So that shouldn't be there. We need to change the tagline. What are the main factors we need to have? We need to change the tone. The tone where politicians will speak are quite common in all the grown. Even a youngster, if he is the politician, you can observe the way how his tone is changes. Just like a politician, Bharat ko upar uthane ke liye, हमें आगे बढ़ना है, the way of they speak in the same time, same tone. If bring back that to the school teacher, the teacher should not teach, the teacher should not give lecture, the teacher should not do a kind of programmed kind work. They should talk to the children instead of teaching the children. These are the main tagline I feel is very much important into the bottom root there. That's really important. So first of all, we need to fix the communication. When we are communicating with the children, and let it be any kind of rural mass area or urban, wherever we are, let us not underestimate the children. They are rural mass children, they cannot understand English, and okay, let me switch on to my mother tongue or maybe the native language. No, I definitely know every child, again I'm saying, every child is a golden born with a beautiful mindset. Let us all fix together, talking to the child with confident English, beautiful English. Let us start with an English, and let us not samajh mein nahi aa raha hai kya. So when we tell that, the child is actually underestimating the teacher actually. It's not that teacher is thinking like that. The children are blinking their eyes, they are not even reacting, they are not even looking at us, they are not even nodding us, ma'am I understand. They are not saying anything because they are afraid, they are hesitant. They know only to keep quiet and just listen. So that we have to cut down and give our ears to understand. Children can understand any language because their brain is still have enough space to adopt and take that into their mind, which I feel. So what we need to understand, when we communicate, stick to the language, clear language. Let the children not identify as this teacher is of like she's a Marathi or she's a Bengali or she's a Kerala. No, let them not identify our language, who we are, what we are. Our language should be, if you speak oil is pakka, I'll make it that concrete. When confidence, let us help the children. Student center is not that I have programmed my plans today, lesson plans, day plans and daily plans, timely plans. No, think about that. What are my attributes? How I have to be very clear communications. So even see, when their children are even going to different countries, I've seen that. They are even struggling to speak English. But what's your education? I have done PhD, I have done this doctorate, I have done this, I have done that. But still they are unable to concentrate. Communication, English is very, very tough for them. Even they are not able to identify the application. When they are filling the application, write it in the block letter. They don't know, they are not reading. Without reading anything, they keep on writing. So how we need to diagnose the writing skills also. So what I prefer really reading habits. Let us cultivate in the baby side. I'm telling, if any parents are attending this, the parents can also identify. They can start giving the picture book. You are not making the child to read suddenly ABCD. You start doing running. Don't do that. We can give the picture book, comics, pictures, picture-oriented books. Maybe it can be nature, it can be animals. Then they cannot read or identify all the animals, right? Domestic and wild animals. They can pictures. They'll understand the values, family values, like waking up morning and seeing the time, brushing, all kind of pictures if they see. From the age group, 6 month baby. 6 month baby, it may be, changing the pages, but of course, yes, we are creating the interest in the child. The book, showing the interest in book. This may avoid watching TV. We may forget when we are watching TV, we are forgetting there is a baby behind us watching the same serial, same movie, same thing. Sometimes when we are all united, maybe we are having dinner or something, the baby utters some bad words, and suddenly we react with high amount of emotion, saying, no, better you are speaking some very wrong word. But where the mistake happened? Mistake happened by us. We forgotten we are watching serial. We cannot resist ourselves to watch TV serials. We forget there's a child. The child records everything, the language which is coming in the TV or movies or any of other things there. So that's very important. Can create the story book. Slowly, mama story, bedtime story. Create month on month a book of stories. Definitely I prefer picture story and identifying the one alphabets. A, if you start from A, let it be A only. So I think let me share my screen now.
Yes, ma'am, you can share.
Yeah, yes. Okay, sorry. 1 second, sir. Can you see any picture there?
Yes, madam, yes.
That is showing the roots of effective teaching. My own picture, I think you can see that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that. And so I'm showing one picture. Can you tell me what is that picture?
Apple.
Oh, great. I think everybody can see that. Okay. So is there anybody who can tell me that rather than one person, anybody can tell me what you are seeing on the picture? Just I've got one answer. You can unmute.
Green leaf.
Yes, sir.
Green leaf.
No, not green leaf. I've shared the picture here. What's that?
It's an apple.
Very good.
Kindly repeat question, ma'am.
Yeah, what picture you're seeing? That's the question.
It's an apple, ma'am.
Okay, that's really good. Thank you. Okay, let me share all the slides, of course. Then I will just again come back to that explanation. Okay. What can you see here, sir?
Monkeys.
Very good. Thank you. 3 monkeys. And you can see one is closing its eyes, one is closing, ears and mouth.
Yes.
And yeah. Can you see scenery there? A tree and there is a text over that. Surface learning or surroundings. Okay. One is immersion. I'll just come back now. Okay. The first picture, it depicts about, my own picture, because I wanted to, showcase that what I'm talking about is already given, introduction about that, and if, the roots of effective teaching. The second one, you have seen apple, right? So this apple, immediately we say apple there. So what here, I think so every one of us have in our LKG level, or maybe in first standard, second standard level also, we years together we have learned, till I think second standard we have learned A for apple. Am I right? So this A for apple is fixed in our mind. A means apple only. Nothing triggers in our mind. But present generation is very, very different. So what we are doing, we are teaching the child A for apple. This is continued stereotype even till today. So what actually is changes needed here? Allow the child to speak. The child is already have seen many things. The child may say A for auntie, A for ant, A for aeroplane, A for anything. But what we are teaching, we say no, A for apple only. You need to learn only that. We cut their ideas, we chop that, we say that, always keep in your mind, A for apple only. So that remains us today also. You ask any age-old person or me, myself, or anyone, A for apple, immediately it comes, because that is the childhood. What we have taken into our mind, it always remains and stores, and we continue with that. That's really, really bad, what I feel. There is a change needed in that also, what I feel. A for anything. So, and one thing, identification is also needed to be changed. What we have seen is not apple. We have seen just a picture of an apple. That's it. It's not an apple. It's just a picture. So what can be done there? Any child is seeing the book, picture, and we need to understand the difference between the picture and the reality. We can bring the apple into the classroom. Ma'am, you're saying bring the apple and show it to the children. A for apple, B for ball, we can bring it. C for cat, not possible. But we can bring something else for that. We can bring carrot and we can show. But E for elephant, how to bring it? That is what we need to bring the E for egg. We can make the children to understand. Give them the task, interactive class. Allow the children to exhibit their ideas. It should be a vibrant class so that babies or children or any age children, they would be having their own ideas to share with us, like what we are sharing. So that's, we need to break these barriers, stereotype of learning methodologies. No, A for not only apple, what comes here, and each, let us make the team. Each team will come with one. Team A1, team A2, team A3, team A4. All team will come with, ma'am, I'll tell my team, it's A for aeroplane. The other team may come with some other area. One more team will come, B for this, C for this, like they'll say that. And it's just an example I'm telling, that's it. It's that we should allow the children to exhibit their knowledge. That's very much important. So the second picture what I've shown is 3 monkeys. The 3 monkeys are the story, we have seen from the childhood, we had in our showcase, these 3 monkeys, at least idle, or if you're gifting someone, we give this, or we keep that in the office, or we keep it in the home, as a home decor we can keep, but there is some message in that. And don't talk, rubbish, anything in your mouth, and please don't see the bad thing, don't hear the bad thing. So what actually we need to know here? Let us break these rules also. Let us make the children to say, beta, talk the good thing. Share your ideas. Talk, have a good talk with your friends everyone and hear the good things. Hear the music, hear the stories, hear the sounds of water, air, and all nature. Okay, hear the music, hear everything, and see the beautiful nature, the beauty of the nature, value, respect, and keep all these elements, these components. We can make the children to identify and help the children to just खुला रखो, no need to cover and close, and you avoid, let us avoid bad things. With वो bad thing क्या है? They'll think, what is the bad thing? What is the bad thing not to see? What is the bad thing not to talk? They don't know the bad things. So let's not pull the children not to talk about the bad. Instead of hear good thing and talk good thing. So these are the one which I feel is to share with you all. And what we have seen, the third picture, we can go on the 3 levels of learning. So one picture I have shown about the tree. The tree with the environment on the grass, you can see nature, and with the surroundings, a beautiful view of the greenery there. We do call it as surface learning. I connect that to the surface learning. Surface, what we are seeing are outside when the moment we go. What the child is seeing, looking at the nature, a beautiful nature around us, flower, plant, garden, or whatever it may be. So the child is looking at that and child is enjoying that, we are teaching that only. Book mein kya hai? What is there in the book? We are teaching. We ask them to note down some points and we ask them to revert the same thing. The moment very next day we expect the children to mug up and tell that like a parrot, which I feel that's wrong. We need to even, they are even learning even thematic learning. They are even learning A to Z. They are even learning, all the nature. They are learning the, wild animals. They are learning domestic animals. They are learning science. They are learning social science. They are learning everything. Earlier it was social studies. Now we do call it social science. Why there is a difference? We are not discussing. So these are the indicators where I feel that is very much needed to understand, make the children to understand, standing in their place, what they need to know about it. So here, what I feel, if social science teacher, she says wind, she says tsunami, she says current, ocean current. Science teacher, she takes her entry inside the classroom, she says oxygen. She says solution. She says many things. So these kind of the elements, each teacher comes at same air. English teacher, language teacher, she comes and says breeze, air and all. There is a confusion matter, the basic we are not thinking. We are thinking that I'm a science teacher, I'm going to do my best here, I'm going to show the PPT, I'm going to do this program, I'm having these lesson plans, I'm going to work on that. No, we need to make the children identify, my children, are they all understanding the key component words? That is, what are the elements, what are the sources, or what actually wind, the difference between wind or air, oxygen. What is this? Science teachers say that, but the common factor is air only. But we do identify that. So the doctor calls in a different name, teacher identifies that in a different name, parent identifies in a different name, but child confused. So these are the things we need to fix, not as a faculty or a teacher or all-rounder. A teacher is also a parent. She is a second parent or he is a second parent for any of the child. That common, everybody knows that. But how? If you are focusing on A for a day, let the A be there on the board. Just A on the board. Don't mix up A to Z. Don't fill up on the board complete A to Z. The concept of A should be there in the child's mind. A mein what? Kya aata hai usme? What all the A factors comes? A, how many building words we can make? A and, A am and, A T at. Like that we can go with the connected words. Again, teams can work. A1 team, A2 team, A3 team, A4 team. The children can identify that A mein 2 letter word they will explain. Then again the 3-letter word. We can ask the child to make the teams. I'm talking about the basic level only. So it is depending upon the age group and including what do you call it, adolescent children, each one of them are really different in the way they are learning. So that's very much important to make them identify the proper learning factor what they are learning. And secondly, yes, what I suggest even the teachers, I think I can share one more slide to you all, then again I will come back to you. And yeah, the tree, I've shown one more tree in the picture. I've shown that is the roots of the tree. The roots of the tree indicates that is we need to teach the children immersion, the basic roots for the effective teaching. So that is what I aimed at. Let me share my screen again. Can you see this, what I'm showing here?
Yes.
Yeah, be an active participant with the children.
Yes.
And this one cartoon picture also. And let me go further. I don't want to turn on this one and talk about that. And can you see this one is a chemistry class, and there's a neatly designed pictures are the molecule structure and resonance shown. Sulfur dioxide and nitric acid is shown, and yes, there is one more picture. Let me show you that also. Yeah. Now, how do you feel seeing this picture? You can unmute and you can talk. It's not a problem. Anyone can share. It's not a problem.
Number of things.
A teacher is completely filled the board, entire board. And yes, there is one teacher who have, written in this way. It can be anything, but I'm talking about the, the board writing. Let me come back to you. Okay, I think I'm visible to you all. Okay, so here what we have seen in one picture, a teacher had completely mathematics class. The whole board is fixed, full and full fixed. The children mind when we are standing near the board, we do focus on completing our portions, completing our target, completing our syllabus. But once we are focusing our mind and our physical body, we both, teacher, I'm talking about teacher, they'll be standing on the platform and they are very, very enjoying their teaching. They're enjoying teaching, addressing with the children. When the children are answering, they're even not bothered about what they are doing, but their actions, they're talking, they're listening. One or two children, yes ma'am, I understand, yes ma'am, I understand. That makes them keep going, and emotionally they'll become very happy. It is a motivation for the teacher, and they keep going, they keep on teaching. They forget that what they have done on the board. But sometimes we, the teachers, are sitting on the seat of a child, look at the board, they feel, alright, what is this happening? The entire board is filled. The movie is there, like Tare Zameen Par. The entire board is filled with the pictures and figures and everything. That's completely is confusion states. We should always align the board in such a beautiful way. Corner the board, just start with one, pointers. The bullet point, we can start with that. One point we can start, explain that, go with, narrow down that, the next pointer, and then we can explain that, and the third point we can write and explain that. Allow each team to talk about what they have explained. So then you will understand, okay, where the children are, you are giving equal importance for the A1 team, A2 team, A3 team, A4 team. मैडम ये टीम कैसे कर सकते हैं? I'll give you an idea for that also. So you know that most of the schools they'll be having, you know what, a conventional classroom, sitting, but near the wall side the desk, if the three children are sitting, the wall side children one behind the other, one behind the other can be A1 team, not row wise like this. And secondly, second row, the child who is sitting, the children those are sitting in the middle of the desk, and once you're standing you can see that one behind the other, one behind the other, it can be A2 team, it can be the third one, the same desk, third child in that corner full, we can make them the A3 team, and it can make that B1 team, B2 team, B3 team, or G1 team, G2 team, G3 team. What is this B and G? B means boys, G means girls. That's it. And you can ask them like what we have written on the board and clear the board. Always keep the board clean and sweet, neat. And again, when you're starting with the new session, make sure, please expect, when we expect while doing the corrections, we do expect the children to write in a beautiful handwriting. We do ask them, write neatly, rewrite, come and meet me, see me. These are the negative impact. It's not a motivational word at all. We need to motivate the children, like please come and meet me. Instead of that, we need to change ourselves, our pattern of teaching. Writing also, it is not how good teacher you are, how good you are communicating. And your board work also, neatly you need to, I have shown the green board there, handwriting, and the black board in the image when I was sharing the screen. And that is very much important. Mathematics, the thing is, if you are messing up the board, really wrong. And showing that neatly indicate the child also feels, no, teacher had written like that, I do write neatly. So no need to have extra handwriting class, extra handwriting notebook, extra copywriting book. Why you wanted to do? When you are doing something, do it one time at one time only as a task. It should be all in all. But the moment we are entering into the classroom, don't expect the children are wishing you. Sometimes they wish you, teacher to teacher it differs. Sometimes a teacher who is very, very friendly, they'll just feeling so lazy, they will not wish you. And you cannot stand up, I'm standing here, you're not wishing me. You cannot do that. So respect should be earned. We can wish them instead. They'll understand. Good morning, beta. How are you? Talk to them. Talk for a moment. Give one space for a moment. Hope you all had your breakfast in the morning. Breakfasts are very important. Okay, what we were discussing yesterday in the class, last class. Okay, I would like to hear from the team. Team B, you can tell. And what is the next we are going to do today? So that conversation, like a human being, let us have. Instead of a programmed computer kind of teacher, come on, open your book. Turn, look at the board, start writing, take out the notes. Why are you talking? Why are you standing? Too many wastage timings, and making that only triggers in their mind. So any level of children from LKG to 10th grade or PU grade or college, your parents would ask them, "School mein kya sikhaya aaj?" The child is not interested to share anything to them. You talk 100, I'll give you chocolate, you bribe them, you do whatever you wanted, they will not share that. You know what? At one point of time, when they are in the bathroom or when they are eating, when they are playing, they start, saying some keywords, or when they are playing with the toys. Sometimes you can see the children are throwing the book like that. Sometimes the children, hey, why are you talking? I'll give you nicely. These kind of words. This is not their words. They have copied these words, registered these words from the teacher. So what the parents are listening, what parents are seeing, they are seeing the child's progression from the school actions. So that is very much important to have. Even our as I've told you, 5% for our words and 35% of our, the tone we use, and 60% of our body language, child will copy everything. Why the child is throwing the book? The teacher is, distributing the book to the children. The teacher is throwing the book like that. So the child is doing the same thing. As pretending while playing, it is acting like a teacher. So these are the one simple, key notes which I feel that I thought one. And there is one Jean Piaget. He is he was from Switzerland, born in 1896. See, that year he is born, and he is the man dedicated his life, throughout life, only for child's development program. He went on doing many researches. And there is awesome even today for tomorrow's generation also. It will carry on. I really appreciate the person who have dedicated his life for children's development. Piaget, that is Jean Piaget. And he is the one, he says 3 stages. I'm not allowing anybody to speak. Sorry, I'll give you space in the end to speak to you all. You can raise the question, you can share your things also, it's not a problem. Okay, preparational stages. He says preparational stages. Secondly, concrete operational stages. And one is formal stages. What is this preparational stage? Preparational stages starts from the age group 2 years to 7 years. And concrete stages starts from 7 years to 11 years. And the formal stages starts from 12 to and above. What is this preparation stages? 2-year-old child, completely packed. Everything grasped. Language, parents, relationship, talking and taunting are good language, bad. The child doesn't know which is good, which is bad. But child is able to grasp already prepared child. The child is coming to school only after 2.5 years or maybe 3.5 years of school. We are already having the child who is already complete educated on the basic T. But what is this child at this age, preparational age 2 to 7 years? The child acts like a small chota scientist, small chota engineer. He is trying to explore everything. He doesn't know the electricity is there, that there's an iron box is there, this is this is fire or this is thing, good or bad, nothing the child knows, but he wanted to explore everything. That is one stage, what I feel. Second is the concrete age. Concrete age is something like, it's not adolescent, it's not even small age also. 7 to 11 years. The child is not even too young or not even grown up. And he does everything, quite kind of, doing everything and doing observation, peer groups, observing his cousins, brothers, friends, relatives, or whoever, looking at the weather, looking at the environment, looking at the TV, looking at the book. It isn't even Superman, Spider-Man, or Avengers. They do see all these things. This supernatural personality, they wanted to enact and do everything. That this is the age we do object, no, you have to study, you come here, go there. We use the children like a remote control. We should not do that. We should allow the child to speak, communication keeps moving, activities we can plan. It is not we need to train and tune the children. It is we need to talk about time, I feel. Time is a discipline. So, 6 o'clock, I need to wake up now. 6:30, I have to go for walking. Today I missed my walking, I have to go. Okay, 6:45, I have to drink my hot water. And okay, this is 7, I have to brush my teeth. Once we talk, children are listening who are sleeping on the bed. It's not going to change overnight. As we do it for 10 days continuously, changing our attributes and our actions, our movements, let's not follow our parents, it's not necessary. Let's forget all the negatives, take only the positives and do this. This is really going to be helpful, I think so. Like formal operations, that is the age group, formal stages from 12 years and above, that is a one stage. I feel the children are qualitative or quantitative changes, they'll understand and they will implement in that way. Actually, yes, there is, I do conduct even diagnosis classes as Anita Dhole ma'am, she beautifully, she said about my handwriting pattern and making spelling mistake. We let us fix the spelling mistakes. We do use red pens. We do use more of red pens to correct that. These red pens are the indicator streams from decades. Still we are using the red pens. Small children just observe that if you put a star over here, you have said a beautiful rhyme today. You told the story so very well. It was excellent. The way how we have shown the story with the actions were very good. When we say particular area of, we need to appreciate the child only on the special areas, not for everything. Let us not declare that you are very good, you are excellent, you are awesome. No, let's not use that. At specific area, beta, can you bring the mobile for me? Okay, he is helping you to bring the mobile. So I thank you, beta. You help me to get the mobile. Okay, so those areas of we need to appreciate in that way is really good, I feel. So diagnosing reading definitely yes. Instead of weekend program, we can. I think time goes off if I talk too much. I mean, the reading we can initiate the children. Storybooks. See, weekend way is not necessary. Only mathematics you do, science you do. You read, you write. More of writing, more of this one. Let us give them the assignments even for reading the stories. Any of their desired book. They are having the library. Library, what they are doing? They are picking the books. They keep changing the books. They keep changing the books. Yeah, so you maybe you would have observed these children keep changing the books and they come. But give them that task. But library mean you find the book and share what book you have studied or read in the library. Which it can be Cinderella, Wonderla, or Superman, Spider-Man, or Ant-Man, whatever it may be. You are reading that and share that your observation in the assembly. Assembly we will be having like 20 minutes assembly will be having. We can ask that today, my friend, dear friends, I have been to library. In our library, I found one Swami Vivekananda book. I love the cover page of Vivekananda. I love the writing. I love the pages. I love these points. Only have read only one page. Let them share. So this sharing can happen in the classroom, slowly motivating the child even to become public speaker. Unless and until we are not allowing, so only we are sticking with the subjects, 6 subjects, 7 subjects, or 8 subjects we talk about, we can give the children even the storybooks motivating from, I'm telling you, 6-month baby to till the homework. Parents should do that and the teachers should motivate them, tell the story time and let them do that. So these are the one. And there is one thing which I forgot to tell you, that SQRR method. Anybody knows about the SQRR method? What is that? We can use this for to the higher grade children. 8th, 9th, 10th grade children. You can ask them the SQRR method is beta survey, question. Okay? S means survey. Do the survey about it. Suppose if you are giving Dharavi. मुंबई का धारावी के बारे में आप कुछ इकट्ठा करो information. So survey they are doing. Question, they can raise the question and they can do the research and recite. They can do the journal. Allow them. Send them to the post office at least. Post offices are not at all there now. Post offices are there, but whether it is existing or not existing, they are sending everything through the mail, WhatsApp, these, that and all. But we can allow the children taking the mic, taking the paper, pad, send them to the post office. It is not always go to study trips, tour. We send the children, send them to such places, allow them to hold the video record, ask them to interview the employees, let them talk to the employees. I did this for my school once. You know what they did? It was during Mother's Day. I asked the children, but chota paisa bhi, whatever it may be, you just have stored that in the piggy bank. Mother's Day is there, you can send the money order to your mother. But how? I'll tell you that later. Saying so that that day had come, the D-Day had come before 3 days. I've asked the children to go to the post office. They've interviewed each and every employee. They started sharing their regret. They felt so happy. Employees in the post office, they will say, "Koi pehchanta hi nahi hai hame. We are completely in the scrap. We are in the dustbin. We are in the garbage. Nobody is there to identify us. Thanks for the school." They said that, and they went on say they all sent the money to their mother. 50 rupees, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 100 rupees, 500 rupees. The children, whatever they have stored or saved, they sent to the Mother's Day gift for their mother. So this is how we can change the pattern of teaching and change the pattern of learning. And in communication is the basic which we need to bring our Indian children to stronger and make stronger. Let us not assume that our children are not at all understanding our language, rural or whatever it may be. See, English is not a, education. English is just a language, that's it. Okay, look, that we need to make them easy go. So we need to create aha moments to wow moments. That is what I feel. So I think I need extra time for that. It's not going to happen. Any questions you can ask me, so that you can share also, that's fine. Okay, I'm just waiting for you. Anyone? You can unmute and you can speak to me.
Thank you, ma'am, for a very informative speech on the topic, the roots of effective teaching. Now it is time for all of us to discuss questions and doubts, and we shall try to get answers and explanations from Honorable Ma'am. So participants, your questions and doubts are welcome.
Ma'am, thank you so much for the wonderful session. I really got some insights from you. Ma'am, what does the R stands for? The last R, SQRR. Survey, question, research, and the R, last R.
Recite. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Mallikarjun Karajgi sir. He is also English teacher and best teacher of our area. Thank you, sir, for joining here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, and happy congratulations
Thank you, sir.
for organizing such a wonderful webinars.
Thank you. Its contribution and credit goes to the resource person and the participants.
Yes, sir.
नमस्ते मैम। मैम आवाज आ रही है?
जयवीर सिंह जी।
नमस्ते मैम।
नमस्ते।
मैम, मेरा एक सवाल ऐसा है, जो ग्रामीण क्षेत्र है, दूर दराज के क्षेत्र हैं, आज भी जो माता पिता हमारे थे, उनके बच्चे, जितनी सुविधाएं शहर में होती है वहाँ तो उससे आधी भी सुविधाएं नहीं है। तो ग्रामीण क्षेत्र के जो माता पिता हैं, वो कैसे डिसाइड करें कि हमारे बच्चे को प्रभावशाली शिक्षण कैसे प्राप्त करें? हमें जब शिक्षण के क्षेत्र में हम गए तो माता पिता कहते देखते हैं, ये बच्चे कूदता जाते हैं, फालता जाते हैं, इसको आर्ट साइड दिलवा दो, ये थोड़ा सा ठीक है, इसको एग्रीकल्चर साइड दिलवा दो, और ये शांत रहता है, ये अच्छा बच्चा लग रहा है, इसको साइंस साइड में डाल दो।
ओके, कैसे पहचानना है, वही है ना आपका सवाल?
हाँ, कैसे जो ग्रामीण क्षेत्र के पेरेंट्स है वो कैसे पहचाने?
वो उनका क्या है ना, मैं एक बात बोलूंगी। हमारे स्कूल में एक लड़का था, उसका पापा तो रिक्शा चलाते थे, मम्मी तो उनका लड़के का वो घर का काम करती थी, शी वॉज ए मेड। सो उनका क्या है ना, ये लड़का डेली जाके घर में उनको न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ता था, पापा ये न्यूज़ में आज ये है, क्योंकि उनके घर में तो टीवी नहीं था, वो था। और उसका क्या, किस क्षेत्र में क्या है कैसे, ये बच्चे तो अपने पेरेंट्स को एजुकेट करते हैं, बच्चों के जरिए से चला सकते हैं। और एक और बात भी है कि बच्चों के साथ माँ बाप भी पढ़ सकते हैं, अक्षर जो ज्ञान जो होता है ना, वो भी, और जो किस क्षेत्र में क्या क्या होता है, क्या क्या फायदा होता है और कैसा उसके आगे बढ़ सकते हैं, उसके बारे में बच्चों को तो ये हमें ट्रेन करना है। ये खाली हम ये एजुकेशन के बारे में ही बात करते हैं ना, जिनका बच्चों को जो वी शुड हैव अ काउंसलिंग सेशन विद द चिल्ड्रन। मैं वो भी करती हूँ, मैं घर में, स्कूल में। सो बच्चों को बुला के, सो मेरा पापा ये काम, वो तो ये एग्रीकल्चर देखते हैं। सो उनके साथ बैठ के, सो बच्चे, बेटा आप भी मम्मा पापा को फिटनेस के बारे में बात करो, मम्मा पापा को टी शर्ट पहना दो, जीन्स भी पहना दो, उनको भी मॉडर्नाइज करो, इधर उधर छोटा इंडिकेटर्स का इंग्लिश वर्ड भी बात करो, आप साइन करने के लिए सिखाओ। कितना टाइम लगता है, लेकिन क्या है ना, बच्चों के जरिए से उनको होता है। और उसके अलावा स्कूल में पेरेंट सर्कल का एक, इंस्टेड ऑफ कॉलिंग मीटिंग तो फॉरगेट, वो तो मीटिंग का तो वो देयर इज नो वैल्यू फॉर द मीटिंग। वो ऐसा करो कि कॉफी विद और डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर सर, कॉफी विद अम्बेडकर सर कर सकते हैं, प्रिंसिपल है ना। सो वैसे ही का कॉफी विद टीचर और पेरेंट सर्कल, ऐसा एजुकेटर नया नाम लेके उनको हमारे गेस्ट तरह हफ्तों में एक बार तो बुलाओ, नहीं तो 10 दिन के एक बार बुलाओ. तब तो मीटिंग में पेरेंट्स आएंगे, उनसे कंप्लेंट किस तरह से ask them. So this is not a police station, don't do complaint. You talk, exchange the knowledge. आप बात करो, तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है? So ये पूरा आप उनको भी ज्ञान दे सकते हैं. साइंस क्षेत्र में जाने से क्या क्या फायदा होता है और गणित क्षेत्र में क्या होता है, इंजीनियर में क्या फायदा होता है, कि एक एक टॉपिक लेके उनको ज्ञान बढ़ा सकते हो. लेट अस नॉट मेक सी सारा बच्चे दुनिया में एक ही जैसा पैदा हुए हैं. सो जिन जिन का तो यहाँ लिखा है ना नसीब में, चुना है उन्होंने कि मैं इसी क्षेत्र में काम करता हूँ, मैं ड्राइवर हूँ, मैं कंडक्टर हूँ, या मैं यही करता हूँ, मैं वही करता हूँ. इसके ये वही अंत नहीं होता. ध्यान तो वैसे ही रहता है ना. ब्रेन इज रियली गुड. सो उनको एजुकेट कर सकते हैं हम. वही हमारा इंडिया तो आगे बढ़ सकता है. सो डेफिनेटली स्कूल के जरिए से, बच्चों के जरिए से एजुकेट द चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम 6th स्टैंडर्ड लेवल से. ये 7वीं कक्षा में बच्चे जो पढ़ते हैं ना, उनको अगर हम आइडिया देते हैं, डेफिनेटली मोटिवेट देम. ऑलवेज स्पीक दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स आल्सो. बेटा व्हाट यू डिड फॉर योर पापा? डिड यू ट्रेन हिम टू नो बाइक राइड करना, साइकिल ले करना, और वॉकिंग करना, जॉगिंग करना, फिटनेस करना? ब्रिंग देम द मॉडर्निटी. वो कर सकते, क्यों नहीं कर सकते? स्कूल खाली पढ़ाने के लिए नहीं है. ऑल द वैल्यूज, लाइफ स्किल्स, डेफिनेटली वी कैन डू दैट.
थैंक यू मैम.
Is there anybody else with any more question, please?
Good evening, Jaiveer ji. You were asking a very good question. कि ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों के माता पिता को कैसे पता लगेगा? It's a very simple technique. CBSE organizes every year. CBSE organizes in the month of November and December a test. That's a simple pen and paper test, and they used to liberate the student, or they select it through the technique whether they are capable for doing the science or arts or commerce. It's a very simple technique, and every school organizes as per the instructions given by the CBSE. Few psychological tests are also there. Some projective techniques are there. If you are more curious, okay, my child is going to opt the science stream, then which branch of the science, then you can meet with any psychologist for the same, and they can tell you through the projective techniques like Wechsler intelligence test, etc. They are going to use it, and at the very early stage we uses few projective techniques with the children also, and they are the thematic apperception test, TAT, and CAT, child apperception tests. So through the drawings and the visualizing ability, we may tell the intensity of the child in that field also. It was the basic answer of your question. As the ma'am was talking about the Piaget theory, sorry to bother you, ma'am, but the Piaget theory is basically based on the constant creating and recreating of the child's development. That is the learning theory. And there are yes, that's learning theory. That's not the teaching theory. And learning theory, basically the Piaget.
The concept was of learning theory only, but I didn't use the tagline word which you are using.
Yeah. Hi, Gayathri, I do agree with you, but it's a simple thing, and we all are here to discuss on each and every point over here. You have carried over all the aspects of the teaching and learning process. I know it's a very huge topic. If you are going through only the teaching techniques, hundreds of teaching techniques are there, thousands of learning techniques are there. So I know it's a very huge topic. But Piaget has given a systematic study on the acquisition of the understanding of the children. He simply said how the stages, there are 4 stages, you have talked about 3, and one was sensory motor. If the child is sucking the thumb also, I do agree. Doesn't matter, Gayathri. I do agree with you. As I am telling you, lots of topics are there. So The simple thing in the Piaget theory is construct a mental model for the world. And it starts with the assimilation. And in the teaching, we start with the cognitive domain, and that is the first step is knowledge, then understanding, then application, then analysis, then synthesis, and then evaluation, then formative or summative evaluation. It's a very huge theory. But the basic thing in the development or the root of this whole concept, what you have given is constantly creating and recreating of one's model, and that is perfect. I do agree. But the three things we have to consider in it. The first thing is reality, what they can do. The second thing is achieving
Ma'am, you are not audible.
from each other.
Madam, please. You are not audible, madam.
Your voice is not clear. Supratim.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, please.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Okay. So you were talking about the concrete props and visual aids, whatever is possible we have to use. At the early stage, we may go with it. But for the higher studies, for the higher level, we need so many theories and so many other concepts. As our today's topic was the roots of teaching. What the teaching is, as per my language, there is no term like effective teaching. From very large bound, I'm working on it, and I have seen many factors. Learning may be effective. By whom? Efficient teaching. The term must be efficient teaching for the same. And many factors are there. For example, you have talked about the personality, but the term is engaging personality. You have talked about the subject matter, but passion for the subject matter. That's why we do a lot of chess from 6th onwards in each and every senior secondary CBSE school. Then subject matter. That's why we need the demonstrated command of the subject matter through the teachers. And the most important thing is be fair and transparent. The education must be fair and transparent for each and every student, for each and every parent. And that's why we are working on blended learning, online learning, and classroom learning nowadays. So everything was perfect. Gayatri, I think you are doing a lot in your classroom and in your school. I do agree with you. Hard work needs with the small children, as you were talking about the class 1, 2, 3. It means you must be an elementary teacher in your school. And the most difficult task is of elementary teacher, and with the first general learners, as you were talking, कि किसी की mother housemaid है and the father is an auto rickshaw driver. So when a teacher teaches the first general learner, she must be more competent rather than the public school teacher who is teaching the second or third general learners. So keep in your mind that fair learning must be there, as we are working hard with our kids at home. So in the same manner, we have to work hard with the children who are there in our classrooms. That's the basic aim of the teaching. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Gayathri ma'am. Thank you, Supriti ma'am.
Okay, just one or two slide I am having in the end to just end the program. And Supriti ma'am, I'm really thankful for your insight. But only thing is, most of the participants, definitely they may not understand. We do call it teachers' language is a doctor's kind of language which they may not understand. I was trying to make it simpler, that's it. And so if I talk about the other skills and other things, they may not understand. So I just wanted to go with the grassroots level, that's it. So let me go for, and thanks for a lot of your insights, which I really appreciate for that. Let me go with one thankful sign for that. So, just a minute. I just forgot to just out there. Say about this is the usage of red pens. It may not motivate. I've just I didn't completed that, and it's very important to avoid this. Red indicators. There is something we do call it as power writing. We can give some topic or any kind of 1 or 4 or 5 points to write on the board, so that the child can write within a given time. Maybe 1 minute or 2 minute kind. What comes to their mind, let them write. And when we ask them to read, they may read perfectly, but the reality is once you collect the book to see what the child has written, there are many mistakes are there. So we need to diagnose that, and it's not possible for me to know. Share about that here. I think I all have to say thank you for for your patience listening, and good participant, good inputs are coming there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, Mallikarjun Karasgi sir. Thank you, Javeer Singh sir. Thank you, Supriti ma'am, for adding knowledge. And thank you, ma'am, for your answers and explanations. And I think now there is not any question or doubt from anybody. So after this wonderful keynote speech and the question answer session, it is time for all of us to hear the chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir. So I request you, sir, for the concluding speech. Please, sir, welcome.
Thank you, Professor Prakash Karad sir, and today's resource person Gayathri Prakash Gurukul madam from Gurukul International School. The topic was the role of roots of effective teaching, and all the organizing committee members, including our Vice Principal S.D. Misal sir, IQC Coordinator Sanjay Kale sir, Dr. Anita Dhole madam, Dr. Dayanand Patwari sir, Prashant Ugade sir, both supervisors, Karanje sir, Udge sir, Dr. Dayanand Patwari sir, and all the participants, including Supriti madam, Jalvir Singh sir, Vidyasagar sir, Rupchand Rathod sir. As we have listened the every aspect of the teaching, means how the effective teaching roots of effective teaching. It was very clearly and explained very nicely by our today's resource person. There is responsibility of not from the school but also from the parents. Everything she cleared with examples and problems what arising with the students, what teacher should not do, how he should write the blackboard, everything, every aspect to make the teaching learning joyful and interactive and effective one. If here all the teachers are present here, most of them may be following this one, but if they add few new things, as like today's resource person madam said, that will be more joyful, more effective, and student will adopt more knowledge in a best and joyful environment. Thank you madam. It was very best speech by you, as you are the experienced person from the education department. Also you are organizing so much, I have organized so much programs for the students with your abroad experience also, and you accepted our invitation. Thank you madam for the best speech.
Thanks a lot, sir, for all the participation, including you. Because sir, you have got, our place, Canada, Montreal, invitation is given to you. I'm really, congratulate you for that, and you're most welcome for that. And yes, way to go, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you for this. Thank you for this opportunity, for sharing this platform.
Just
Thanks,
wait
sir.
for vote of thanks, please.
I am here on behalf of Shri Kumarswami College Ausa for vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank Honorable Gayathri Prakash ma'am for accepting the invitation of our college and delivering a very nice lecture on the topic by sparing her precious time for all of us. We are really enlightened by your speech. So on behalf of the organizing committee, I sincerely thank you, ma'am. I also thank chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Bedkar sir. He is continuously working hard to run this series, and he is catering different topics related with variety of fields, and so knowledge of all of us is enriched, and also wonderful intellectual discussions are taking place in this webinar series, and the credit of all it goes to Honorable Principal Dr. M. Bedkar sir. So thank you, sir. I also thank all the participants for their punctual attendance, for their patient listening, for their active participation with their questions and doubts. And so thank you, participants, because you are the soul and the reason behind the success of this webinar series. I also thank Dr. Anita Dhole ma'am for giving very good introduction of today's honorable keynote speaker. And now I request all the participants, please do not forget to fill feedback link to have your certificate. And at the end, with the permission of chief organizer and chairperson, I announce here that today's webinar is over. Thanks to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, madam. Yeah.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Prakash
it.
sir.
Very nice lecture, madam. Thanks very much.
Our Prakash sir